Devin Haney has just filed a lawsuit against Ryan Garcia for cheating and using PEDs during their fight on April 20th. Michael Benson gave information on Devin Haney's legal case against Ryan Garcia. After Garcia tested positive for PEDs, the fight was reversed to a no contest, and Haney launched a lawsuit citing battery, fraud, and unjust enrichment. Michael Benson posted, Devin Haney has now filed a lawsuit against Ryan Garcia alleging battery, fraud, and unjust enrichment relating to their fight in April, which was overturned to a no contest after Garcia failed multiple drug tests and was given a one-year ban. Haney is seeking punitive damages, and the lawsuit alleges Haney suffered damages in that he suffered physical injury, reputational damage which will amount to millions of dollars, and emotional and mental distress. It didn't take long before Garcia switched to his X account to react to the news, writing, "No words." However, Devin Haney's father, Bill Haney, took notice of his post and responded with a series of nasty comments. The first was the response, "Dumbass." Garcia immediately struck back at Bill, mocking him and threatening to sue him in return. Ryan declared, "I'ma sue you for hurting my feelings with that tweet." But Bill Haney merely pressed harder with his answer. He noted, pleaded guilty to the worst thing in boxing, performance-enhancing drugs, then snitched on everybody. "You can't make this up. Dumb as f***." Yoel Judah responded to this revelation by stating that Garcia fought while under the influence of drugs and commenting on Devin Haney's current court issue. Judah doubted Garcia's true care for the matter, claiming that Garcia had moved on, but Haney is now determined to seek justice through a lawsuit.
The guy fought, he said he fought was, dirty, he fought with, with drugs in the system. I don't know, you know what I mean? And, personally, Devin gonna do what he gotta do with Ryan. Ryan took off. Ryan don't really care. You know what I'm saying? So Devin is just, I don't know. He's just going after him now on a lawsuit.
Yoel Judah reaffirmed his views on the matter, noting that there is no room for error when it comes to utilizing performance-enhancing drugs. Yoel made it clear that drug use is a decision, and those who do so must bear the consequences. He further added, You can't slip up on drugs, you can't do that. Either you take them or you don't, and if you took them, then you see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't slip up though. No way. Showbiz the Adult was discussing Devin Haney's lawsuit against Ryan Garcia in the aftermath of their fight. He stated that the complaint charges assault, fraud, and unjust enrichment, but admitted that he was unfamiliar with the latter.
It happened in the ring. And that's Devin the American Dream Haney has now filed the lawsuit against Ryan Garcia for battery, fraud, and what's that, illegal enrichment or something like that, which I've never heard of that before. But I guess you can sue somebody over that. And I want to say this. This is my response to that news. This is definitely Gen Zenergy personified. You guys know in the war room, we have created this term, Gen Zenergy. And this is exactly what that is. And the reason why I'm calling it Gen Zenergy is because I didn't even know that a fighter can come up with something like this, and he felt that he was done wrong. And I do get it, but it's still Gen Zenergy, because I came up in a time where you had guys like Miguel Cotto. This situation has officially made me a bigger fan of me.
Showbiz the Adult clarified that he was not proposing Devin Haney address the issue in the same manner that boxers have in the past. He admitted that things have changed, and what Haney is doing may be more suitable in today's boxing scene. He added, I'm not saying, that's something that Devin the American Dream Haney should do, especially during today, but it was definitely expected in my day when I came up. This is Gen Z energy. Showbiz the Adult went on to describe Devin Haney's intentions for pursuing the lawsuit, alleging that Haney is determined to ensure Ryan Garcia pays significant financial repercussions in addition to the one-year punishment and no contest decision.
Devin Haney wants to make sure that Ryan Garcia pays even more financially, more so than being suspended for a year, not being able to have fights, more so than the loss being taken away off his record and ruled a no contest. More than that, he wants him sued. So Devin Haney will gain even more financial gains due to their first fight. And also, battery.
Promoter Eddie Hearn believes that Devin Haney's lawsuit against Ryan Garcia for $50 to $100 million could act as a deterrent to prevent other fighters from using performance-enhancing drugs to gain an advantage in their fights. He said, "It's an interesting case. I was talking to my lawyer on the way up here. He's suing Ryan Garcia and Golden Boy in that suit as well. Sometimes, when someone tests positive after the fight, it's quite different than testing before and not making it to the fight. But when you're in the fight, and you've cheated, and you've had performance-enhancing drugs in your system, and it's made you physically win the fight." Hearn further added, "It's going to be good to deter people from taking drugs because at the moment for taking PEDs is Ryan Garcia got a year. Now if Ryan Garcia gets sued for $50 or $100 million, that'll definitely make people think." And not just the lawsuit previously. Devin Haney also said that a rematch between him and Ryan Garcia has to happen on his terms.
I did that already. I tried to do it fair. I tried to, it was 3-3 since the amateurs. I tried to give you that, that another fight, and when it was even, we was drug tested, we was on even playing field, and you f***ed up. I didn't. I did everything right. All my came back clean.
Speaking to boxing legend Andre Ward on The Art of Ward, Devin Haney reflected on the Ryan Garcia fight. He discussed how he could have handled adversity more effectively. He said, "I was always trying to get back in the fight," Haney said. "I never thought I'm overmatched or anything like that. I'm like, I want to get it back. I got to get that back. Maybe that was what could have been one of the things I could have, maybe I could have got it back eventually. Build it, but when you're in that moment and you a dog, you want to get that back." When asked about his fight with Ryan Garcia, Haney said that Ryan was the one who messed up their fight and took PEDs as well as came overweight.
And see, everything got to be right. Everything got to just be on my terms, and everything got to be, I try to do it on your terms. I try to give you that. And you show why you don't deserve that.
Haney also said that if a rematch between him and Ryan Garcia happens in the near future, then it has to be on his terms. "If he was right here, I'd get it back right now. I tried to do it fairly, and you messed up. I did everything right. All my tests came back clean. Everything's got to be right. Everything's got to be on my terms." Devin Haney treats his loss to Garcia as a score, thus believes that the rematch must happen on his set conditions. Haney anticipates being on the A side in his bargains. However, Ryan commands a huge following of over 12 million fans on Instagram, and further has the ability to develop massive interest in his contest. Thus, on the contrary, Garcia remains on the A side against everyone else he encounters. Talking about the rematch between Haney and Garcia, Paulie Malignaggi said he expects there will be a Garcia-Haney rematch, most likely at welterweight. He said, "People want to see this fight. Did Garcia really win? Did the banned substance really affect him? Garcia fans want to see him make this right." However, Chris Algieri said Garcia's erratic behavior before and after the bout convinced him there are enough pitfalls to prevent the bout from ever occurring. He said, "I'd like to see them weigh the same this time, but I'm telling you we're not going to see it." Haney just vacated his WBC light welterweight championship after refusing to defend it against his mandatory opponent Sandor Martin. Haney's purse for the risky championship defense would have been far lower than his previous bout against Ryan Garcia. This influenced Haney's choice not to fight Sandor. Eddie Hearn is recommending that Devin Haney take a tune-up next at a catchweight between 140 and 147 before the end of the year to recover from the beating he took last April. Hearn doesn't want Haney to sit and wait for Ryan Garcia's suspension to end next April before he fights again because he needs to get back in there before then so that he can stay sharp. Jumping right back in the ring to fight a puncher like Ryan would be risky for Haney because he's not a power guy and lacks the speed that he possesses. Hearn said, "I think Devin should come back at the end of the year with an easy fight. That was a tough fight against Ryan Garcia. Maybe a catchweight between 140 and 147. It's going to be tough for Haney to reinvent himself at welterweight because most of the fighters in that division can crack, and he doesn't possess the chin to take their shots without getting hurt." When asked if Haney could travel to Australia to challenge IBF light welterweight champion Liam Perro next, Hearn added, "I'm very close to Devin, and I'd love to see him back in the game. I don't think so. No, that's up to Devin. My advice is no, and he can't get out until April or May of next year. So, I think Devin needs to get out before then." In preparation for what is thought to be a bout in December, Devin Haney has resumed his training. Haney, the previous world champion in the two divisions, seems to have put on a little muscle and is prepared to go up against the killers at 154 or 168. So what are your thoughts about this situation? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.